Welcome to the Vertical MRO Alerts, brought to you by Bell. Here's a quick look at notable service directives recently released from Bell Aircraft.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sebastien Rousseau, and I'm the Bell 429 Product Support Engineering Lead. On today's MRO Alert, we're going to talk about ASB 429-26-74. It's the one-time inspection of the main rotor mast assembly for machining marks in the inner diameter. The mast affected by this ASB is the 429-040-040-105 or -105S. After we were informed of this discrepancy, Bell's investigation revealed that the presence of these marks can have an adverse effect on the mast fatigue life. To address the condition in the field, Bell issued this ASB, which requires masts that have less than 5,000 hours and exhibit these machining marks to be re-identified from -105 or 105S to 109 FM. The FM stands for Field Modified. Masts with machining marks will then be tracked in the airworthiness limitations section of Chapter 4 under part number -109 with a life of 5,000 hours. You won't see a -109 FM in Chapter 4 because we don't list the suffixes for field modified or synthetic parts in that section. You'll only have the 12-digit part number. Masts that have more than 5,000 hours, which also exhibit machining marks, will need to be removed from service. Compliance time for this ASB is 200 hours or 6 months, whichever comes first, if the mast has less than 5,000 hours. For the masts that have more than 5,000 hours, the compliance time is 200 hours or 2 months, whichever comes first. If during the inspection there is doubts when trying to identify the presence of machining marks, maintainers are encouraged to send an email to product support with high-quality photos of the mast inner diameter for assistance. At the time of recording this MRO alert, we had just released Revision A of this ASB. The revision will address some of the questions and comments received from the field so far. So those changes are correcting the warranty PSL number from PSL 3070 to PSL 3073, clarifying that the mast part number -105S is also affected, requiring the use of a borescope to do the inspection instead of just recommending its use, providing the location inside the mast where the machining marks are the most obvious. This location is not exclusive, and the inspection needs to be carried out along the whole length of the mast. The revision also eliminates the need to remove the main rotor hub and only requires the removal of the mast nut. Consequently, the allotted man-hours to do the bulletin have been reduced. Finally, the revision clarifies the 105S mast serial number identification by adding a table with serial number equivalencies. The -105S mast is a synthetic part that includes the -105 mast and the mast bearing wear sleeve. Some -105 masts that have been converted into -105S have had their original data plate replaced with one that has a Bell serial number. So Bell serial numbers start with BH, BP, or VL, whereas the supplier serial number starts with CY. The table will give you equivalencies between Bell serial numbers and supplier serial numbers. There's one last point that I would like to address, and that is that once the 105 or 105S mast have been re-identified into 109 FM masts, they will still be affected by ASB 429-1943, which is the inspection of the lower splines ASB. Our publications will eventually be updated to reflect the applicability of this ASB or inspection to the -109 or 109 FM masts. So that's it for today's MRO alert. If you have any questions on the ASB, don't hesitate to contact Bell Product Support Engineering, and we'll be happy to help you in any way we can. Thank you for listening in, and until next time, stay safe and keep those rotors turning.
This has been a Vertical MRO Alert, brought to you by Bell. As always, please make sure to look at the service directive for complete information.
If you're having a technical issue with the aircraft, as always, our team is here 24/7 at product support@bellflight.com. If you like what you heard, subscribe and come back for more.